Good morning, everyone. Man, the daggone eyebrows. Anyhow, hope everyone having an amazing morning, day, afternoon, night, wherever you at. I have a topic. We're gonna see if I'm gonna go with it. Hold on. As I tell you the energy. All right. I don't know why I feel like Bob. What's that dude named? Bob Ross. I feel like that's the energy I feel right now. Bob Ross. If you don't remember, he the guy that was on PBS that does the painting with the afro, and he talk, like this, and you gotta paint this way, and it's okay to make mistakes. It's like okay. Well, maybe I'm gonna add him. I think I might add him to this. We'll see. Alright, the thought that coming through my mind this morning is about purpose. Purpose. So, alright, I'm gonna say this. Can I pinpoint and tell you how you can figure out what your purpose is? Yes and no. Yes and no. Yes and no. Alright? So, when it comes to your purpose in life, I know like a lot of people, how can I say it? I'm just say this. What I'm hearing more right now, the line that keep playing in my head, which I had played for the longest, is when I grow up, I want to be. And the crazy thing is, there are so many people that's grown, they're still saying, when I grow up, don't feel bad. I said it like, I just finished saying that like a year or so ago. So I get it. It's like you can have a company, you can have a career, and you still feel like when I grow up, I want to be, and you still trying to figure it out because the career you have, the life you have, you still don't feel like you fulfilled your kid like energy. And that's really what it boils down to. In this world, we are so pressed to be adults so fast. It's like we want to grow up so fast. And I get it, because if you are in a situation where your parents are strict, financial situations growing up, bad family energy, stuff going on, you want to do I said adults. See, went back to the child. You want to do adult things. It's just, I get it. A lot of us went through those phases where we rush our childhood so fast to the point we realize once we got adults, I want to go back. Mommy, I want to go back. Or daddy, however you want to call it. And it's too late now. You can't go back. And that's the problem. And I feel like a lot of people have regrets. No different than certain careers. Excuse me. Certain careers. Some people want to do certain things, but those careers, you only can be you got a cap on your age or your weight and this and that. Like being firefighters or military. I think military now is like 34 or something like that. Certain things have caps on it, where it's like once you hit that point, we you can't be 90 years old in the military, If you didn't get a chance, you can't go in, because, it is what it is. And I feel like that causes people to have regrets in their life, because they feel like I missed the mark because I was so busy out in the streets, or I was so busy running after this person, I was so busy with my friends, I was so busy taking care of my family that I didn't even get, or I was so, or I was sick or this and that. I didn't get to live the life I really wanted. And when you start having regrets, you start regretting the life you are in. Look, one of these days, I'm going to get this eyebrow. I'm gonna get somebody to take care of it. Because I'm staring at my daggone self. This one is like, okay, back to what I'm saying. All right, don't pay me no mind on certain things. But yeah, so we get so caught up to the point where you're like, man. So, I gotta throw myself in the bowl or whatever, but I'm gonna reel myself back out. So give me a second. Hold on, my nose. Ugh. Alright, excuse me. Alright, so When I was younger, when I was little, I always wanted to be a surgeon. Yep. When back in the day, when TLC used to have the surgeries, and people, they'll operate on people, whatever. That before BBLs and all of that was a thing. This is real surgery, heart surgery and stuff like that. Like, I would sit there and they could cut up somebody's heartbeat. I'd be eating and just sitting there staring at it. That's what I used to look at when I was a kid. That and like National Geographic stuff about the solar systems and stuff, dinosaurs. Yeah, I was into a lot of different things, but I always wanted I wanted to be a surgeon. I always wanted to be a doctor. That's what I wanted to be. And it was something that I was passionate about. Like, I really, like, every day I'll get up, the show will come on first thing in the morning, and I'll sit there and be watching it. That's what I used to do. It wasn't about the kids' shows and all of that. That was my thing. It was that. I wanted to be a lot of things, y'all. I wanted to do that. I used to watch, like, the lawyer shows, like Judge Mathis and them. I used to watch that stuff faithfully. The lawyer shows, that's what I used to watch when I was a kid. Yep. Lawyer shows. Every single one you think that popped up, I watched. Excuse me. I wanted to be a lawyer. I used to watch cooking shows. I wanted to be a chef. Emerald was the thing back in the day when I was little. Bam, when he do that, it was stuff like that. I used to watch the cooking shows and stuff. It was so weird because it's like I watch it, but never done none of the stuff they did. It's like, what in the world? But that's the stuff I used to watch, and those are things I wanted to be. There was a couple other things. Military, I wanted to go in the military, all of that. It was like, those are things I used to watch. What else? And then I don't know what it was about me as a kid, but I used to watch so many slave stuff, like old stuff, like not so much like slave, like, but stuff back in that time, like right after slavery was over with, but they were still going through. I used to look at a lot of that stuff willingly, not because my mom told me to or whatever. It's like I literally just kept looking at it. I don't know why, but at that time, but then later on, the older I got, it was the fact. It's crazy how my brain operates. I watched it because I saw how determined they was back then, the values they had back then, and I don't know, in my head I was like bridging the gaps. It was like seeing their resilience. Like, think about it, back in the day when they didn't have phones. They didn't have all that stuff. So when somebody say, hey, I'll be right back, or I'll be back in a day or so, to sit back and watch how these females, the mothers wanted panic and how they took care of the kids, or watching how the fathers went out and went and handled their business and stuff, and, they didn't panic, but they handled situations. So I just looked at a lot of those things because it was something that helped me to I don't know, self-teach myself how to have patience in life and different things. And this all ties together. This all ties together. So, the older I got, I started dabbling different things. So, I wanted to do surgery. I wanted to be a doctor, but then I got older. Caught a paper cut, and it scared the crap out of me. I don't know what, like, out of nowhere, I got to the point where, like, blood was a thing I could not look at when the older I got. But and I'm not talking, I'm gonna say this, I'm not talking about like the spell stuff. I'm not focusing on that. I'm just saying when I didn't know. So I couldn't do surgery because the sight of seeing somebody, actually hurt, like in pain, started messing with me. It was like it went from wanting to heal to have to see them hurt and in pain. Because I used to watch like the ER stuff, and then when you start hearing people screaming and all of that, it was like, okay, I can't do this. So I had to throw that to the side. Oh yeah, I wanted to be a hairstylist. So when I was younger, my mother used to get her hair done by this lady. So I used to just watch how she done it. And I started doing my own hair and stuff, doing simple stuff. And I was like, I want to be a hairstylist. Told my mother. And I started doing little things for her hair. But what stopped me on that one was she was so picky. And I'm like, I can't. Because, see, I'm a type person, I'm very creative when I want to be. And it's like, I get the idea of you what you want. But, you know, what if, you know, I need something where I can still be creative in my own fashion. But see, being a hairstylist, you got to do exactly what a person asks you to do to a T. These folks be killing folks and hurting folks if you don't do it right. And I ain't trying to go to jail. So I said, okay, can't do that. What else? The cook thing. I said, well, I ain't got enough money right now to be able to buy the food for to do this. So that kind of went out the door. What else? It was a bunch of things. A bunch. I tried to dabble as close as I could with different things. But one thing that I realized that stuck with me was I like to talk to people. When I do talk, you know, like motivate. I like to motivate people. So I just got to a point where I just started, you know, whenever somebody did listen, I'll ask them, how do you feel about the advice that I gave you? Oh, man, that was great. Okay. All right. I'll ask, and, you know, sometimes I just sit back and watch to see if someone, you know, how they respond after I say stuff. So I just start holding on to different things. So what I'm basically trying to say is this, even for myself, I tried a bunch of different things. Oh, the military, yeah, I went to try to do that, try to go take that test. I was dumb as a box of rocks, and I'm a colorist. I could not pass the test. Like, it's crazy. I studied for those, you know, the tests you gotta take to get in. I studied, and still, by the time I take the test, I couldn't do it. Oh yeah, I have, at those times, I have test anxiety, okay? Yes, test anxiety, because it's like, yeah, for the people that don't know, when some people can't take tests, because it screws with you, because now it's like, you forcing me to have to think on demand, and it's like, I can't do that. For me, I can't do that. It's like, I don't care if I know the answer or whatever, but now you put a time limit on me at the same time. My brain thinks 1,000,000,000 things at one time. So now you put a timer on me, and now I got to do this test. Yeah, it freaks you. It can freak you out a little bit. So when it comes to tests, you know, I'm not the best at those times. Might still have those moments. I don't know. I don't have anxiety. I just don't want to do it. But yeah, so when it came to the military test, I could not pass. For some reason, I just could never pass it. No matter what I studied or whatever, got the cars, got everything, I just could never pass it. It was the math was what got me, and the words is what got me. You know what? Speaking of that, why the hell? Okay, y'all need PhD level words for the military, and y'all don't use it in the military. I know that it's supposed to, like, how can I say it, help you decide what jobs, but still, why you gonna have those words and y'all don't even use them in the military? Okay, so that was the thing. Now, when it came to, like, the object parts, the memory part, I aced that every single time. And that was what confused me. How the heck when it comes to objects and things like that, I always ace those tests. But when it comes to words, ain't that still stuck? That's an object. Those are the letters that are formed. Why the heck my brain don't want to recognize it? Because it's fake. But anyway, so that was some things that I went through. So it was more so like, it is not that I gave up. It's the fact that these things just didn't work out. Now, what I'm trying to explain is this, y'all. You got to go through some things to figure you out. You're going to go through different forms to figure you out. Even as a child, I had my hopes, I had my dreams of things, but then life hits you at the same time. Those dreams can change. you can start somewhere to get a foundation. And I know, like in some videos a long time ago, I said a lot of time your purpose come in when you was a kid. Well, if that's the case, I'm supposed to have been a surgeon. I supposed to have been a chef. I supposed to have been in the military. I supposed to have been, all these different things. But that ain't the way it was meant for me to go. See, I had to go through life. I had to go through situations. I had to learn who I was, truly. I can like a lot of things. I can want a lot of things, but don't mean that those things are meant for me and my life. The same for you. How many of y'all went down paths where something happened to somebody in your life, and that's what steer you to where you are at now and where you're going? The only way you can figure out who you are, you got to figure out who you are. Who you are, not who they are, who your mama is, your daddy, who you are. When you find out who you are, all of those other answers are going to be answered, or all the other questions are going to be answered. Okay? Some people's purpose is going to start young. Some of them do start later on in life. That's just the way it is, y'all. I don't want y'all to feel like y'all missed out. As long as you still have breath in your body, you still have an opportunity to find your purpose. Excuse me. So a purpose, just to give you a heads up, to give you more understanding, a purpose is something that can be a fulfillment not just to yourself, but to your society, to your surroundings, to the world. How can you help the world? How can you help your family? How can you help your community? Those are purposes. Because our purpose is to help fulfill others, not just ourselves, okay? So when it comes to those purposes, it's something that you would do it even if you're not getting paid for it. It would be the thing when you wake up in the morning, you think about it. You go to sleep, you think about it. Before you go to bed, you think about it. Like randomly throughout the day, you think about it. All of those things, it's a nag. Same way y'all be nagging folks, it nags you. It's like, I gotta do something. I gotta do it. Like for myself, throughout my life, the one thing that it nagged me the most was helping people. It's like I will always be willing to help someone. Don't matter if they need a ride somewhere. Hey, I see you standing, you need a ride, or see somebody on the street. Here's, I got a couple dollars. Here you go. Are you hungry? Let me cook you something real quick. Or there's something in the refrigerator. Giving advice, different things. Just listening to somebody. Those are things I realized throughout my life. Despite the ups and downs, the good, bad, and ugly, it made me feel happy at the end of the day. And it wasn't the fact of, let me record myself. Let me tell everybody this one. I gotta change hands. Let me record myself. Let me tell everybody this is what I'm doing. It's nothing like that. I did a lot of things for people, and still to this day, a lot of folks don't know about it. And I'm talking about my reality. I did a lot of things for people. I took the back seat for a lot of things for people as well. People don't know about it. But they brag about the stuff they got, but they don't know about it. But it don't bother me because I did it from the heart. I did because that's something I love to do. It's not for me. It's not about everybody shouting and saying you did a good job. I know I did a good job because I congratulate myself and saying that's what you're supposed to do. You understand? I don't know. For me, my passion was when I look at people, others, I look at myself. I don't know if I'm healing my future self. By doing something today could be healing my future self tomorrow. There have been plenty of times I've been in situations where I could do something today and then tomorrow it could be me. No different than when people in relationships. I've been around people that was in domestic relationships. Everybody be like, you stupid. Why you in that situation? You dumb as hell. Why you with them? I don't talk to people like that. I'm like, let's figure out how to help you get out of the situation. See, by me doing that for that person, guess what? When the situation happened for me, I remember the words that what I told them and utilized it for myself. So everyone have different things that goes on in their life. I'm 37 years old and finally realizing I'm in my full purpose or what I'm supposed to be in this world. Now, there's a lot of things I can look back and say, dag, I missed the mark on. But did I? You understand? Did I went down the roads that I supposed to go down. See, if I didn't try those things out and I didn't go through the stuff I went through, I wouldn't know that this was the route I supposed to be on. But the thing about it is, I wasn't focused on what everybody else was doing. I wasn't focused on what if anybody was paying attention to me or watching me. I just focused on myself. Excuse me. So even when people told me, like when the military, my mother said you shouldn't go into it. Okay. When it came to the surgery, because of the fact that the blood stuff started messing with me, I told myself, you can't do that. You understand? Because, you don't want to be cutting somebody and you about to pass out too. That ain't going to work. It was a lot of different things I told that either somebody told me I couldn't do or I told myself that ain't going to work. But I had to tell myself it ain't going to work now. It's not going to work now. Don't give up on yourself. If it's something that caught your attention or caught your eye, hold on to it. Hold on to it. Maybe it's not ready yet. Maybe it need to marinate a little bit longer. Maybe the meat need to marinate a little bit longer. Maybe the moment is not now, but it could be later. So in my journey, was it so much that I panicked all the time? Nah, I still lived life. I still did things that I wanted to do, that I was able to do. I still, at the time, the people that I thought was friends, I still hung out once in a while here and there. But at the same time, I knew there was a time and place for everything. I knew that there was a time that I needed to be back home. And then I also knew it was a time where I needed to stay away from people. You have to have a balance and figure yourself out in the process. The problem in this world is we sit back and we see celebrities and we see different people in the world. And we're like watching them so long to the point you become them. You become just like them. And the thing about it, you start realizing, like, why my life going down the path is going? Because you're trying to be like them. You're trying to be like this celebrity. You're trying to be like this star. You're trying to be like that person. It don't even have to be somebody in the public, in the world public eye. It could be your community public eye. You want to be just like them, your role models, your icons. To the point that you have to realize the way they got there is not going to be the same way you get there. You have to ask yourself, what is it that you have to change about your life just to get to the lane that they in? It's not saying that we can't look at other people and acknowledge them and say, you know what, it's motivation. But when you start staring at someone else's life so much, before you know it, you're out of your purpose and into their lane. And you start realizing that you're trying to follow after someone else. Oh, I want to be a governor. Okay, now you're going to college, you're doing all of this stuff, and you're doing everything to be this governor, right? Go down these paths, you talking to these people, you talking to those people. You get the job because you see the end results. You get the job and then you realize this is a boring tail job. How many of y'all went through all of this just to get to that money, just to get to that type of stature, and then realize this is boring as I don't know what? You did all that work to get to the end and didn't even realize what they had to go through. Didn't realize that only fit their personality, not yours. See, that's another part in this process. Sometimes we get into careers and fields because we see that it look good on somebody else and not realize that our personality does not line up with the destination we're trying to get at. I feel like when it comes to people in this world, we need to just acknowledge, like, yo, great job. You did an amazing job. I want to be great as well, just not you. I want to be great for my own lane. That's motivation, though. Thank you. I can see that there's another person that look just like me in this position, so I know it's possible because they in that position. Now, if this is my purpose, then work your behind off. Work your behind off. But don't get to the point where you're staring at something else to the point that you're looking at the aesthetics of it. Oh, they got the car, they got the house. Oh, they get to tell people what to do, and they get to do this and do. No. Ask yourself, if I was in this position, could I still work that job even if I wasn't getting paid for it? Would I still get up? When I wake up, do I smell it? Do I want to eat it? Do I want to taste it? All of this stuff. Do I want to hear it all day long? You gotta ask yourself that. Like for me. So, it's gonna sound weird what I'm about to say, but I'm gonna say it. You got to realize that you can create your own lane, okay? You can still be the same thing, but in your own lane. You can be the first in your own lane, okay? Let me state that. You can be the first in your own lane. Nobody ain't telling you you cannot be the first. In order for somebody to be a president, somebody had to create a president. In order for somebody to be a doctor, somebody had to create a doctor. How many types of doctors we have out there? A lot. Somebody had to do it. No different than music. How many genres of music out there? Someone had to be the first to create those things. Movies, TV shows, whatever in your fast food restaurants, regular restaurants. Okay? If it was meant for all of us to be in that one lane with that one idea, with that one purpose, then the whole world would look like one being. But the beauty about it, we're all different. So like for myself, I'm in a situation where I want to motivate people in the world, right? And I want people to understand about God, the loving yourself, the God in you, the spirit in you. But I also want to be able to live my life too. I want us to be able to enjoy the finer things in life. I still want to go and hang out and go do things when I want to. I still want to try different things, different clothes, different styles, drive nice cars and stuff like that. But I still want to be humble in the same process. I still want to be able to go and support someone else that may be in a different genre than I'm in. You understand? I still want to be able to walk in neighborhoods that may not be the best, or go to places where, may not be the most holy and sanctified, but knowing that there's somebody that need to be saved in the process without me even saying you need to be saved. Just my energy will be enough. You understand? I want to be able to do everything. Right? Right? But see, with the position I am in, and for who I am, I don't like church. I don't. I can't do it. I don't like it. I'm going to tell y'all right now, I don't like church. I don't. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I don't. Me sitting there like y'all got churches, I don't like them. I don't. Now y'all can have them, but I don't. That ain't where I want to be at. I don't want to sit there and listen to people lecture 24 hours a day and run like most pastors and preachers run a this service and that service. I'm not going to do it. I'm not. I'm going to tell y'all that right now. When it comes to people praying and all of that, I ain't going to sit there and listen to that all day. I'm not. I'm going to be honest all day. I'm not. Sitting back and have everybody up in my face all day long. I'm not. I don't need all that. You understand? Does that mean that I don't want to support people? No, I'm going to still support people. I'm going to still be there for people. If y'all have events and stuff and I decide to show up, I will. Does that mean that somebody that I don't, that I don't appreciate it? Nah, it's not that. This is the thing. Do I want the world to know who I am? Yeah, I do, because I deserve that. Y'all at least need to put a face to everything that's going on. However, I don't need to have people shouting and praising me 24/7. That I cannot do. I'm not gonna do that. You understand? I'm not. I don't need it. I don't need that. Y'all need it for yourselves. Like, don't get me wrong. You know, once y'all first meet me, I get it. But am I gonna be at events all day long listening to people in some tight tail suits and dresses standing up and saying God this and God that and God this and God that? Nah, I'm not about to do it. I'm not. Shucks, y'all might be mad at me. I might throw a gospel song on and then put a rap song behind it. I'm gonna be me. See, I'm creating my own lane. And I'm being respectful. And I'm still being knowledgeable who I am and my purpose of what I'm doing. When I come to a function, an event, I'm not gonna sit here and say God, 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 Jesus, 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 Jesus. I ain't about to do all of that. I don't have to do all of that. Shucks, I might just make everything a comedy event. Like, that's the type of energy I'm bringing. Like, let's laugh, let's enjoy it, let's have a good time, let's play some music. Everybody get down and do the electric slide or something. Like that. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna bring, my energy is more like a party. If you wanna come, come. If you don't, that's fine. That's the energy I'm bringing. That's the lane that I created. I don't care what everyone else created. That ain't me. So I might, cause I can't be inside no. I'm gonna curse y'all. I'm gonna still slide one out here and there. It's like I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I'm gonna be all of me all day. I didn't come through all of this process to be something I'm not. I might still slip a word or two. You know, I might say some stuff. I'm gonna be me. I'm creating my own lane. And whoever wanna how can I say it, watch me while I go down this lane, that's fine. And see, that's the thing about y'all. Create your own lane. You in your lane. Create the world you want to live in. That's the true purpose. Loving you. Who are you? Don't worry about the views. Don't worry about how many people gonna like you or not. As long as you're not disrespecting anyone, that's the true purpose. Learning how to live in a world without showing disrespect, showing love. And that will give you the purpose of what you need in your life. Y'all about to see. I'm not about to sit here and convert to anybody's standards or ideas. I'm going to be me all day. Excuse me. I'm not going to be like the churches. I'm not. I cannot be that. Shucks. I might even do an event that might be like a just for adults only, you know, like a sexual conversation event about how to bring marriages together and stuff. I can go from G to N any day, and nobody's gonna make me feel bad about it. You understand me? I already told y'all, if I go to a beach and there's nudity and then it's a new beach and I want to wear what the heck I want to wear in my birthday suit, I'm going to do it. I don't care. I'm going to do it. I'm going to live my life to the fullest. See, when you are in your purpose, no one and nobody can make you feel anything less than. Because you're the top of the top for yourself, for your lane. And maybe things didn't go right when you was a child, and maybe things didn't go right when you was a teenager, and even as an adult, you still feeling like that little kid on the inside. Be that kid. Love you. Enjoy the kid inside of you. Love you. And love life. Treat people the right way. You understand? Treat people the right way. Figure out who you are. Don't worry about what the other folks trying to tell you who you are. They don't know who they are. That's why they telling you who you are. If I'm not telling you who you are, then how the heck can they tell you who you are? But one thing I am telling you, you're amazing. Don't matter what you've been through. Take that energy of what you've been through and change it and create something better for your life. You may not have all the money in the world. You might have the money in the world. But the real treasure is yourself. And if you don't allow yourself to open that box up, don't get mad when you feel like your life is locked. You the only one that's putting a cap on it. You the only one that's stopping you. You can hold on to the hate. You can hold on to the pain. You can hold on to everything. Oh, they told me I couldn't be this. They told me I can't be that. Well, guess what? Who's telling it to you now? And even if you a teenager, a child, or whatever, at the end of the day, if you want something and you believe in your heart and your spirit that that's what you're supposed to be, then work for it. Work for it. But just remember, while you still working for that, don't forget to walk outside and smell the roses. Because at the end of the day, you're the only one that has to provide the flowers for yourself. And what I mean by that is this. Don't wait for somebody to bring the flowers to you to smell them. Because 9 times out of 10, the only time they're going to do it is when you're dead. On that note, you have a blessed day.